Hey everyone, before we dive into today's story, I have one question for you. Have you ever been told, you can't do it? Maybe by your classmates, your boss, or even that little voice inside your head. Today's story is about one young man who was told that over and over again, and yet, he proved everyone wrong. This isn't just a story about running a race, it's about running toward your dreams, no matter what stands in your way. In a small American town, picture a place with dusty roads, a high school football field that became the pride of Friday nights, and neighbors who all knew each other. Lived a boy named Ethan. Ethan loved running. He wasn't the tallest, not the strongest, but he had heart. Every morning, he'd lace up his old sneakers with holes at the toes, and hit the pavement before the sun even rose. But here's the catch. Ethan was born with a condition that gave him a limp in his right leg. Every time he ran, he dragged his leg slightly behind. Kids at school noticed, and kids at school can be cruel.
Hey, slowpoke. Why even try, man? You're never gonna make the team.
Those words stung. He laughed them off in public, but when he got home, he'd sit in his room, staring at his worn-out sneakers, wondering if maybe they were right. One night, Ethan's father found him sitting on the porch, quiet, defeated. He sat down beside him and said,
"Son, listen. The world will always see your weakness first. That's easy. But you've got to decide whether that weakness defines you or drives you."
Those words lit something inside Ethan. From that day forward, he stopped running just to prove people wrong, and started running to prove himself right. Every morning, he trained. While his classmates slept in, he was out on the track. While others practiced an hour, he stayed for 3. He ran in the cold, in the rain, in the blistering summer heat of July. Neighbors driving by would see him, drenched in sweat, limping but never stopping. They'd shake their heads, wondering why he put himself through so much pain. But Ethan wasn't just training his legs, he was training his willpower. Months later, the district high school race was announced. This was the event of the year. Everyone from surrounding towns showed up, families, coaches, and scouts looking for the next rising athlete. When Ethan signed up, the laughter returned.
Wait, he's racing? No way! Man, this'll be over before it even starts.
But Ethan didn't flinch. He walked to the starting line, head held high. The sun blazed down on the track. The announcer's voice boomed, "Runners, take your marks." The crowd leaned forward. The air was thick with anticipation. The gun fired. Bang! The runners shot forward like arrows. Ethan stumbled at first. His limp made him slower off the line. The crowd chuckled. Some even shook their heads. But Ethan wasn't racing against them. He was racing against every insult, every doubt, every sleepless night he had endured. Halfway through the race, Ethan was still behind. His chest burned. His legs screamed. That little voice whispered again, "Maybe they were right. Maybe you don't belong here." But then, he remembered his father's words. "The world will always see your weakness first." And in that moment, Ethan flipped a switch. He dug deeper. Step by step, stride by stride, he started catching up. One runner down. Then another. And another. The crowd went from laughter to silence. They couldn't believe what they were seeing. The boy with the limp was closing the gap. With the finish line in sight, Ethan was neck and neck with the fastest runner in the district. His body wanted to quit. His mind screamed to stop. But his heart told him to give everything he had left. And so, he sprinted, not with perfect form, not with flawless technique, but with pure determination. Ethan crossed the finish line first. The stadium went quiet. For a moment, no one moved. Then the crowd erupted in cheers. The same people who once doubted him, who laughed at him, now stood in awe. Ethan didn't just win a race that day. He won back his belief in himself. He proved that strength isn't measured by the body alone, but by the spirit, the grit, and the refusal to quit. And here's the truth. Every one of us has a limp. Maybe not physical, but a weakness, a struggle, a challenge that people point out. And just like Ethan, you can choose. Let it hold you back, or let it become the reason you rise. So, the next time someone tells you that you can't, smile and say, "Watch me." Because your struggles aren't the end of your story, they're just the beginning of your comeback. If Ethan could turn his weakness into his strength, imagine what you can do. If this story inspired you, hit that like button, share it with someone who needs to hear it today, and don't forget to subscribe for more stories that remind you your limits are only as strong as your belief in them.